Good morning, or hello, whatever time of day it may be where you are. I'm Natasha, and this is Always Be Crafting. And today I'm going to do a May Makes Roundup, talking about all the things I made in the month of May. Now you'll notice the calendar says June because today is Saturday, June 1st at the time of recording. And May was busy. May was really busy. And you know what? June is also going to be very, very busy. And that's good. I like to stay busy. So without further ado, let's start talking about some of the things I made in May. Now, as I'm talking, I don't have excessive notes in front of me, so I will try to pop up on the screen names of the bags if I forget as I'm talking. Oh, sorry, I have my little screensaver screen in the background. I hope that's not too distracting. Anyways, I'll try to pop up names of bags if I forget them as I pull them out in front of me. Sound good? All right. I think this is basically the order in which I made things this month. Not quite sure. But I think May started off with this cute little bag. This is, I believe it's the Forget Me Not or Forget It Not. Again, I'll write it on the screen. The designer is Spencer Ogg. I know that for a certain. I love Spencer Ogg. And I'm usually very good at following the instructions when it comes to printing out a pattern. And Spencer Ogg, Diane Spencer Ogg, I think her name's Diane Spencer, I believe is her full name. I don't recall where the Ogg comes from, but the pattern company that Diane runs is Spencer Ogg. Look her up. She's fantastic. Seriously, go subscribe to her channel. Wonderful designer. She's British, and she's got 1,000 patterns. Maybe not 1,000, but 100 at least. Anyways, she always walks you through making sure that you print out your patterns using something like Adobe Acrobat, so you print it out at full scale. And usually I print out all my patterns at full scale. This time I did not. I didn't even check that little box. There's like every single pattern has a box that you can measure against on one of the pages. It's either 1 inch by 1 inch or 2 inches by 2 inches, whatever it is. You can print out that one page, check your box against your ruler, and then know if you're printing at 100%. I did not do that. I don't know why. So this pattern is slightly smaller. This bag is slightly smaller than the pattern suggests. But you know what? It's still really, really lovely. And it's a fabulous pattern because it is, Forget It Not, it's basically a bag to go in other bags, which is fantastic. That's why it has this cute little strap, so you can drop it into your tote bag or any other purse that you like. It does include directions if you wanted to put D-rings and make it into like a crossbody instead. So you could. And inside, look at these little pockets inside. Look at this. This here is to put your glasses or your sunglasses. It's like a built-in glasses case right there. It's got these little bellow pockets on one side. And then behind the glasses case is another zipper pocket. And inside that zipper pocket are card slots. So you could like make this your wallet and have everything you need. And it even has like a little ribbon that you pull out so you can like hook onto your keychain. Isn't that brilliant? You can have everything. Again, this is slightly smaller than the pattern suggests. So you could put in like a normal size, I guess like Ray-Ban, like that very traditional Ray-Ban look. Those sunglasses would fit in here. But those big, like oversized, chunky sunglasses, those would not fit in here. I'm not sure if they would in the correct size bag. Oh, and she suggested using a magnetic snap, which I agree. It makes it so much faster to find the snap. You're not hunting around because the snap finds itself because it's magnetic. Brilliant. And everything's optional. If I don't want to put the sunglass thing in there, I don't have to. If I wanted to do the card slot pockets on both sides, I could. I mean, it's a brilliant little pattern. And I'm guessing at the correct size, being just a tiny bit bigger, I think it's about an inch smaller than it should be. I think it's like supposed to be this big by that big. Like, I think it's really just a hair undersized. I think it would still be fantastic. And it fits in lots of fabulous bags. So I'll show you a bag it fits into, for example. It was not the very next bag I made though, but I'll show it to you next because it seems like a good transition right now. And that is, let's zip this up. Okay. This is my Oxbow tote. And I made this with my bag making bee club for the month of May. So I think I've talked about my bag making bee club before. It is through Wonderground Fabrics, Oakley Roots, and Heartwood and Hide. Now, what's different about my bag is I used the wrong straps. These straps are actually from Zipper Valley because, the strapping it came with was this like seatbelt webbing from Wonderground. Fabulous webbing. But when I was cutting out, my husband came down to talk to me. I shouldn't let people talk to me when I'm cutting things because this is what I do. I read through a pattern. They always say, every pattern maker says, read through the whole pattern so you understand it. And then start at the beginning and go step by step. Makes sense, right? I read through the whole pattern. I make notes. I make crib sheets. You know, like when you used to study for a test, you'd have like a little index card. Did you do that in like high school or college? You'd make your notes, your crib sheets, so you could have the most important parts of the pattern. That's what I do. Then I work off my crib sheets. So I had a line for how long the zipper was to be cut at. And then right underneath my zipper cut was my strap cut. Those are two very different numbers. I looked down at my zipper cut when my husband talked to me, and I cut my straps the length of my zipper. And when I looked at it, even my brain said, gosh, this is really short. And then I thought, I must need multiples of these. Why? There was nothing on my piece of paper that said cut 4 of them. 4 of them. Why? What world would I need 4 straps? I have no idea where the number 4 popped into my head. But not only did I cut the wrong measurement once, I cut the wrong measurement 4 times. So now that was basically, if I'd cut the wrong measurement once, I probably could have gotten away with it. I would still have had enough strapping to like, uh-oh, that's wrong. It's a small cut, save it to the side, cut the correct measurement, because that wrong measurement was approximately half the size of a strap. Was approximately half of that, approximately. But now I've done it 4 times. So I've essentially cut off from the long piece of webbing 2 straps worth gone. So all I had left was enough to make the over the shoulder part. That's all I had left. And this was not enough. So I thought, oh gosh, what do I do? And I couldn't believe I did it, because if you watch the video for this month's bag, it's so funny because Jess at Oakley Roots is the one who makes the video tutorials for the bag making bee club. And when she did it, she even said in her video, you know what? When I was doing this, I cut my straps wrong and I had to use straps from blah, blah, blah. She's like, just don't do that. Pay attention. Don't cut your straps wrong. What did I do? I cut my straps wrong. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, the Oxbow tote is from, oh gosh, who's the bag maker? I'll put it up on the screen because I don't have the pattern directly in front of me right now, and I can't remember who the designer is. And it's a lovely pattern to begin with. I just can't remember who it is. I'm so sorry, but I watched that designer's videos as well. So not only did I have the tutorial from Jess at Oakley Roots, I also had the tutorial from the bag maker as well. and I'm kicking myself right now for not remembering who the bag designer is of the Oxbow tote. It's a fabulous pattern. Definitely go look at it. I have only one regret. She said, the designer even said that you can, it's written so this back pocket, if you leave it open, you could fit like a laptop in it. So I thought, oh, that's a great idea. I'll do that. But it's also written so you could like sew it up and have multiple pockets. But I was like, oh, that'll be nice to have a sleeve for a laptop. But it doesn't quite fit my laptop and it's just too floppy. So I wish I had subdivided it. I think that would have made a nicer interior because I feel like that pocket flops open. And the designer, whose name I cannot remember, said she mentioned it in her video, it's not written in the pattern, if you wanted to make this front pocket, see this front pocket here, make this, but then cut it shorter from the bottom, you could make it into a luggage sleeve on the other side. So I thought that was ingenious. I stole that idea and I made a luggage sleeve on the back. I love that. And then the other thing that I changed was not suggested by the designer, nor was it suggested by Jess at Oakley Roots, was the placement of the D-rings. So in the bag design, you have the D-rings put into this side seam here for your over the body strap. The reason I didn't choose to do it that way, the reason I chose to add them to the straps, is I feel like you get a lot more support because now this D-ring is attached to a strap that is attached to the whole bag. So it's really well supported. Where if you add your D-ring just into the seam of the bag, you only have like that much stitching. Do you understand? And I don't think that on a bag you might be overloading with a lot of weight. It might be okay, but it might not be. And I'd rather not run the risk of that pulling out. So I would rather add those D-rings for crossbody where it's supported, because these straps are stitched all the way down the side of the bag. So these D-rings are really well supported. And even this stitching up here at the top is like 5 times across. So it ain't going nowhere. So those were the decisions I made. Otherwise, all the rest of the material, the nylon, the hardware, the beautiful zipper, this gorgeous moth fabric, all of this is from Wonderground Fabrics. Like I said, the only other thing, I switched out the straps because I cut it wrong. These straps were from Zipper Valley, but I think they complement it beautifully. So I'm really, really, really pleased with how this bag came out. And I love the quilting I chose to do on it. I went kind of wacky on it and use a variegated thread. So I think it's cool. I didn't care about it being super, super straight. A couple of, things going across. Just a little wacky. I like it. I like it wacky. But like I was saying, it's a big bag. So sometimes you want to have a little bag inside a big bag. How cool is this little bag inside the big bag? And that just tucks right in there. So I can always find my little Forget It Not bag inside my big bag. So the Forget It Not again was Spencer Ogg. This one I'm going to look up. It's killing me that I can't remember. But it was definitely a designer I've only purchased one other pattern from, and I never ended up making the other pattern. It was early in my bag making experience, and it was too advanced of a pattern. I could definitely go back and I need to find it again because I could handle it now. It was like a backpack sling kind of pattern, and I like her videos, the designer, because I've watched a couple now. She has them on YouTube, and I love that she makes them available on YouTube. She walks you through how to make all her bags. I just wish I could remember her name right now, but she's lovely. I'll put it on the screen because you should go check her out. All right. Next bag I made was a Sally Tomato bag. The Sally Tomato company had a flash sale maybe the second weekend. I think it was like, I want to say it was the second weekend because that was Mother's Day weekend. And I feel like I bought this for myself as a Mother's Day gift. It was a flash sale on a kit. So you got the pattern, you got all the hardware and fabric all in the kit. And it was a really good price because it included the pattern also. So I remember looking at the price going, that's like a steal. Like you couldn't buy all that stuff anywhere near. Even if you owned the pattern previously, you couldn't buy all that fabric, material, and hardware for that price. Like it was such a good price. And it is the Ferris Sling or Fanny Pack by Sally Tomato. So I bought the kit that included this really soft faux leather. And as soon as I made it and I stuck it up, okay, so it included the pattern, the Ferris bag, the Ferris Sling, Ferris Fanny Pack is the Ferris. It's definitely the Ferris because it alludes to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay, very 80s, right? And it's a wonderful, lovely bag, easy construction. It describes making the belt, the waistband, out of the same fabric that you make the rest of your bag out of. But it's, it's a detachable waistband strap. So you can do whatever you want, but it didn't include additional strapping. So this is another strap from Zipper Valley. So I used the Zipper Valley strapping on it and I love it. I think it looks gorgeous with this bag. And as soon as I posted it on my Instagram to kind of be like, ooh, look what I made, I'm so happy. Someone's like, I need that bag. I need you to make me one. And I was like, sure, I'll make you one, a friend of mine. And kind of show you the contents. I mean, I got a bunch of, I'm using it as my purse right now. But here's the interior of the bag. This is what they call their Turtle Tex. It's like a pre-lined cotton. So it's kind of like a cotton exterior, but it's a waterproof backing and it comes pre-lined. I'm sure I have it nearby. I'll find it in a minute. Anyways, so my friend reached out. She's like, I want that bag, exactly that bag, but can you make it so I can knit on the go? So she has this idea that she wants it to have like a hole somewhere like here-ish or here-ish where the yarn comes out so she can knit. But that comes due to how the bag is constructed, right? Because this is a pocket, right? So this is a pocket here. And then this piece attaches to the pocket piece. And then you have the main body. So I was trying to figure out how would it work. Like if I did it here, it just becomes complicated as far as the where all the seams are, how I could create something that was hidden, but it can't be like a grommet because you want it removable. So like trying to figure out how to do it, I've come up with a solution and I'm in the process of making it. I've cut out a sample. I bought more of this kind of like beautiful soft faux leather. I actually bought, I guess it feels the same. This is from Sally Tomato, but I have a faux leather that feels exactly the same that I happen to have purchased from So Hungry Hippie that's called faux lamb's leather, and it's so buttery soft. Honestly, when I put the two together, the faux lamb's leather from So Hungry Hippie and this soft faux leather, I can't remember, I think that's what they refer to it on Sally Tomato, they feel exactly the same. And working with them, they seem to sew the same. They seem to behave the same under the machine so far. So anyways, I'll use the one from So Hungry Hippie because that's what I have in my house. And but I'm testing out the pattern first because I want to make sure it works. But I'm going to create, so this front zipper is going to be like the access point. It's going to flip down basically. So her yarn can go in through the front. And I'm going to have like hidden magnets and like the kind of zipper, like a jacket zipper. So it opens all the way. So this whole part could like fold out so she could pull the yarn out the front, which means that I'm going to put in like a zipper, like a pocket in the back. I'm going to take advantage of this big open back space and put in a zipper in the back here so she could put like her phone and stuff. So the function of this front zipper, like keys, phone, but put it in the back so the front can then be utilized that way. That's the plan. I've cut out some other vinyls for it, doing it in blues because it's a test, and I thought it'll be fun that if it works out, if my plan works with my magnets and jacket zippers and whatnot, if it works, then I have a bag that's blue. If she likes it, then I'll recreate it because I only have so much of the black. But if it works and she likes how it looks and she likes the functionality, then I'll remake it in the black for her. She wants it to look like this as close as possible. So that's one of the things I have going on in progress. So that was one make. Okay, another thing I made in the month of May. This one was more recent. This was like a week ago. This is this bag. Okay, if you are part of the So Hungry Hippie Surprise Vinyl Club and you have not received your surprise vinyl from the month of May 2024, look away, close your eyes. I'm going to show something. You can listen. I'm not going to describe it, but I am going to show it. Okay, so just close your eyes. Okay, and that's it. Just close your eyes. I don't think I have any viewers that happen to be Surprise Vinyl Club members, but just in case, are you ready? Close your eyes right now because I'm about to show my surprise vinyl on the screen, and this is my video. I'm not posting it to Facebook. This is just my video, but just in case you are a Surprise Vinyl Club member and you have not received your surprise vinyl, I don't want to spoil your surprise. Okay, there it is. Close your eyes in 3, 2, 1. I know, it's beautiful. The bag pattern is called the Madison, and it allows for raw edges on vinyl. It comes together very quickly, and I've seen some people adapt the pattern to change this back pocket so it sews into the seams on the side. And I think that if I were to make this bag again, I would do the same thing because I really like the look of that, where I would increase the size of this pocket so it comes all the way over and sews into all the seams instead of being on top. It wasn't hard to sew, but I like the look of those bags. It's a really nice size bag. It has a recessed zipper. I lined this bag with another So Hungry Hippie fabric called waterproof canvas in, I think it's called light leopard. I call it snow leopard because it's, you know, just so beautiful. This zipper, internal zipper pocket, see if you can get a good view. I used the Oakla Roots star-shaped zipper panel, what's it called, template, to cut that out using, again, the surprise vinyl was that. And I love, and how cute is this little Willy Wonka fabric on the inside? That was from my stash. I think that was like a Joann's purchase, but I thought it was so cute. And color-wise, it worked really well. So that's the only pocket I put on the inside. The pattern does include directions for multiple pockets on the inside, like you could put another pocket. Again, it's left raw edge here on the zipper panel. That's the way this pattern is written. You could make adjustments if you didn't want raw edge, but you know, it's nice to have. It comes together very quickly when you don't have to turn over your edges. You can leave things raw. There you go. And then that tucks back in where he says zipper. And use the rectangle rings. And I had this strapping. I'm not sure where I got it. I've had this strapping in my drawer for maybe 2 years. And it's adorable. I wish I remember where it came from. but how stinking cute. The big mistake I made, now I should probably enter this in the dodgy bag make along because it's a little dodgy. So this front pocket, these two pieces, this front and this bottom, are raw edge. You don't have to turn them under, right? So using my double-sided stick tape, I put the double-sided tape on, and then you're supposed to sew the zipper on, right? I measured everything out, and I was so focused on having it measured, I completely forgot to sew it on. Do you see that? It's not sewn on. I sewed the entire bag together before I realized that I had never sewn on the front pocket. I was like, uh-oh. I probably shouldn't just rely on double-sided tape to hold that zipper on, so I kind of had to open up the bag and stick it under my machine, but I could only sew it on like from, you know, a little bit in the middle. So it's, that's pretty dodgy, but that's pretty typical of me. So I was already planning on keeping this bag for myself anyways. Yeah, but otherwise the bag came together very quickly. I did it in one night. I started the bag probably way too late at night. I thought I was just going to cut out the pieces. Started at like 9 o'clock at night. And then, I don't know, I just got a second wind and kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. And before I knew it, it was midnight. And when I came down in the morning and I was like, let me put my strap on because put the strap onto the bag. Oh, that sounded weird. Let me put the strap onto the bag. And because I basically finished it, I don't know, a little after midnight, I guess. So I think I started around 9 p.m. So it only took like 3 hours, which is very fast to make a bag. Maybe I started a little bit before 9 p.m. It's possible I started at like 8:45 and maybe I went up after midnight. Maybe I went up at like 12:15. So maybe it was more like 3.5 hours. You know what I mean? But still very quick. And in the morning when I came down, the bag was essentially done. I think I had to like sew up the lining opening. I don't think I had turned the bag out. Maybe I had to turn it out, sew up the lining and add the strap, you know, so maybe an hour's worth of work the next morning. And it was done. And as I looked at it and realized, oh, that front zipper's not zipped or not sewn. Huh, that's funny. You know, but that's what happens when you sew late at night, way past your bedtime. But still a really great pattern. But that was the Madison bag by Sew Hungry Hippie. You can look back. If your eyes have been closed for the last 3 minutes, thanks for listening. The bag is now hidden away, so you are no longer looking at it. Again, I hope I didn't describe it. When I watch in editing, I'll make sure I didn't actually describe what the fabric looked like, the surprise vinyl looked like. But it's fabulous, and I really love it. And I love that waterproof canvas on the inside, the Snow Leopard. Awesome. And I love that star zipper panel from Oakley Roots. Love that. Made it so easy. That's again for raw edge. What else can I tell you? I think that's everything. I have a couple other works in progress. I'm working on 3. Here's a box of in progress right now. In this box are all the bits and bobs of 3 different by Annie Travel Essentials. Travel Essentials 2.0, excuse me. So I'm doing these. And I have all the zippers and vinyls and trim pieces, and all those are cut up and in here, in addition to the beginnings for a round trip duffel, also by Annie. So those are the 2 patterns that are in progress. The fabric for those, the easiest way for me to show you is probably with this little roll up here. So let's see. One bag is going to be elephants on the outside. How cute is that? With the polka dots on the inside. And then the next bag is Queen Elizabeth on the outside. And these words of inspiration on the inside. And rolled up inside of that. This one, this cat fabric, how cute is that? It's cats on the inside as well. Different, these are the Tula Pink Cheshire cats from her Alice in Wonderland run. And those 3 bags, the one that is this pink one, that is the exterior for the round trip duffel. The round trip duffel is all folded up over there, so I can't show you that. But the round trip duffel inside is this fabric, is music notes. And so those are the fabrics for that. Those bags in progress. So I've talked about the bag in progress for my friend who wants the the Ferris bag to be a knitting bag on the go. I've talked about the Travel Essentials 2.0. There's 3 of those in progress, plus a round trip duffel in progress. So that's how many bags in progress. That's 5 bags in progress. They're all in varying states of in progress. Aha, here's one. Here's the bag of, here's my in process Ferris. Editing Natasha here to say that I sped up the footage here of me showing you all the materials for the Knitting on the Go Ferris bag, because guess what? I finished it. Stay tuned to the end and I'll show it off. Also in progress with I've got a blanket. I've got a couple blankets. I had the baby quilt blanket is in progress, and a friend whose dog passed away. Her mom asked me to make some things for her and her son. So, I've taken the dog, like the soft dog toys. All of those everything's gone through the wash. Everything's been open. All the stuffing's been taken out. I've turned like those toys into patches and put them onto the dog blanket. And then I am backing that entire blanket in a really soft, minky. It's actually a Cuddle specifically from Shannon Fabrics. That's gorgeous. So you won't have that rough dog fabric anymore. That rough, like fake Sherpa kind of fabric that is good for the dogs traction wise, but not really cuddly for humans. So this way the blanket will be very cuddly for humans, but still be a nice reminder, because one side was fleece. So the fleece side is where I'm putting all the patches of the old toys. And then the hard toys, like the leash, the main leash has already been cut up and turned into keychains. And then like the collar and all the other hard toys are getting put into a shadow box. So that's over on my desk over there. Everything's laid out. I bought 2 shadow boxes. I'm trying to see which one fits better. One is slightly bigger than the other. So I'm just trying to make sure that's over there, getting all fit. And so I think those are all the projects I have in progress. I finished, if you were here before, I'll put up pictures. You remember me talking about a bag that I made for a friend whose daughter was graduating high school, who had done a lot of theater, and we had made her own show fabric. I had made the bag in the month of April. I'd given it to her, but I said I need the bag back because I need to fix the zipper. I was very unhappy with how the zipper was closing the bag. So I replaced the zipper on that, and that bag has been re-gifted back. And I made a couple extras to go with it since it came back into my possession, had to go back out. But oh man, if I never make that bag again, it'll be, I don't know if it was the bag pattern or the bag fabric I chose to make it, but it was tough. It was really tough, and it hurt my hands. Like, this thumb, my right thumb, has a tendon that is really sore. So I have to get shots, I have to get injections for it, and I'm getting my next injection on Wednesday. And that bag that I made, that green bag, was a labor of love, but it hurt. And when I would work on that bag, I wouldn't be able to work on other things for like a day. So that was probably the hardest thing about May, was I wouldn't be able to hold things. Like it really affected my ability to cut. It affected my ability to just brush my hair. Like you take your thumb for granted, I think, because it's like such a hardworking part of your body, and you don't really think about what it does until it hurts all the time. So May was tough, I'm not gonna lie, but it's June. It's June. It is my boy's birthday month. Both of my boys were born in the month of June. And so now I'm switching gears into mama mode again and focusing on getting things done for their birthdays. So that's where I'm at. This was all the things I made. I take that back. I lied. Hold on. This is the last thing that I made. I made this. I think I made this yesterday morning. Did I make this yesterday morning? I made this yesterday morning, May 31st. The last thing I made in the month of May. And it's another, technically a sunglasses case. It's technically a sunglasses case, like more of that Willy Wonka fabric. And this is a scrap fabric and a zipper. It is a sunglasses case, but you don't have to put sunglasses in it because, sorry if I went off screen there. You could also put your rotary cutter in it. Snap that shut. And ta-da! Now my rotary cutter can travel and be safe and not worry about cutting things. Or you could fill it with pens. Here's a couple of pens. Put pens and keep them safe in my bag, wherever. So yes, it is for sunglasses. That's the design. I used a template from So Hungry Hippie. It is the So Hungry Hippie Specs Case template is the template I used to make it. And it came together really fast. I think I did that from start to finish in half an hour. I used fusible fleece on both pieces of fabric. So it's soft, both the purple fabric and the Willy Wonka both have fusible fleece attached. And yeah, it's very soft. And it was very fast to make. And I did it mostly because I wanted to see how fast I could make it. That was really, when I got the Hippie Specs Case template, I compared it to an old template, paper template I had for another sunglass case that was almost exactly the same. So that was really nice to see, because it was like, oh, I've made this type of pattern before. It's just this rounded, it's like a rectangle with a rounded top. And it was similar enough, but I'd had problems with the other template. So I saw it was similar, not exactly the same, similar, but it's the same idea of how to make it. So I thought, well, let me try it and follow that tutorial and put it together and see if it goes better. And it went perfect. Like I said, done in half an hour. And I think that's mainly the reason I wanted to try. I wanted to see if it was going to go better than the last time I made it, which was like 2 years ago. So I've learned a lot in 2 years also. But I guess I just wanted to know how fast I could do it and could I do it better than before? And yes, I could do it quickly and I could do it better. All right, that's it. That's all I can talk about. I don't think there's anything else I have made. I don't think there's anything else that I am making. I think that is legitimately looking around. I've done a lot of shopping. I mean, a lot of shopping. If I wanted to talk to you about everything I've purchased, that would be a whole other video because the month of May I went crazy. That whole Mother's Day, oh, let me, splurge on myself for Mother's Day. I kind of did that a lot. So I don't know that that's good. It was not. I did a lot of shopping this month. So I have a lot of cleanup because there was a lot of boxes going into recycling. There were a lot of packages, a lot of recycling this month. So my space is way messier than I want it to be, way more out of control than I want it to be. I really need to do a big tidy up because I've been hurting my hand's been hurting, and I've just been wanting to get things done because other people want things. So I've been really pushing myself to get things done for other people. Because again, these travel bags are for other people. This, very few things have been for me. This Ferris bag was for me, but now I'm going to do another one for someone else. This bag I'm not showing you again, but the Madison bag was for me, but it was very quick. Made my mistakes, but I'm glad I did it. But I like the pattern so much. I think I could see myself making those bags for other people. Now that I know what I would change personally about the pattern. It's a great pattern though. Fantastic pattern. All the patterns, the Oxbow pattern, great pattern, Ferris pattern, great pattern. I'm really happy with all the patterns I did this month. I would say in May, and the don't forget the Forget It Not pattern. All the patterns. I'm definitely going to make more Forget It Nots. I love the Forget It Nots. I'm going to make more Ferris bags. I'm going to make more Oxbow bags. I'm going to make more Madison bags. I think every pattern I did this month, every bag I've finished so far, I would do again. The ones I'm currently working on, I see no reason why I wouldn't do them again. They're just a bit specific because I'm making them for other people. But for like doing a market or something, I think these would sell really well. I think these would sell really well. I think the Madison bag that I can't show you and the surprise vinyl would sell really well. I think the Ferris fanny pack would sell really well. I think everything I've made and have been making would all be excellent patterns. So I see no reason why I wouldn't keep making them. So yeah, that's it. I keep saying goodbye and I haven't actually said goodbye. So now I'm really saying it. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, whatever day it may be, whatever month it may be, wherever you are at whatever time of day. I hope it is wonderful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.